Yo, this is Won't Be Too Long podcast, season who? Season 2. And we're back with some new stuff, but we're going to check it out as we go along, all right? We're going to kick it off right now with NFL MVP race. All right, I'm going to go with my first best of the rest. We got our first guy, Derrick Henry, all right? Tops in the league in rushing with 1,079 rushing yards, 9 touchdowns, 108 rushing yards per game. Leading the Titans right now to a 7-3 record, all right? Derrick Henry just doing what he does. Then we got Josh Allen. Also has the Buffalo Bills to a 7-3 record, 21 touchdowns, 7 picks. I mean, what can you say? They've got some key wins. They've got legitimate defense, and Josh Allen is leading them under the helm. Then we got this next guy here, probably the best back in the league right now. Dalvin Cook. 1,069 rushing yards, 12 touchdowns, 118 rushing yards per game, and 1 receiving touchdown. I mean, if the Vikings get in the playoffs, this guy's a legitimate MVP pick. I mean, and if they get in the playoffs, it's all on his back. Then you got my guy Big Ben over there in Pittsburgh. They're 10-0. He's got 24 touchdowns. He's got 5 picks. And he's getting everybody involved. It's looking, rather familiar. When Ben's in the game, Pittsburgh's in the game. And then we're going to move on to the top 5. Number 5, Tom Brady. I mean, being Tom. 2,700 yards, 23 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He's in a tough NFC South division. It's official that he's going to be second place to the New Orleans Saints, unless the New Orleans Saints somehow kind of just crumble. But nonetheless, they seem to be playoff bound, playoff worthy, if they just handle their business. Tom Brady doing what he got to do. Then we got my guy, number 4, A-Rod. 29 touchdowns, 4 picks, 2,889 yards passing. I mean, it's got Devontae Adams, but who the hell else is he throwing to? Come on now. A-Rod, keep doing that thing at number 4. Number 3, this kid's intriguing. This kid can barely see over the line, but he's making it do what the hell it do. And let me tell you, his numbers are rather tricky, because if it formulates to the end of the season, he gonna have some brewing. Got the little boy, Kyler Murray. 2,644 passing yards, 19 touchdowns, 8 picks. The passing yards, touchdowns, interceptions, cool. But the kid's got 10 rushing touchdowns and 619 rushing yards. Let me tell you this. If we go on to the season, end of the season, this kid could have 4,000 passing yards, 40 touchdowns, 15 rushing touchdowns, 1,000 yards rushing. I mean, you're going to have to do some real talking about if this kid is not an MVP candidate or an MVP if his stats looking like that come year end. Then we got the guy who's been front running for the majority of the year. Russell Wilson. 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 2,986 passing yards. I mean, from the first 7 weeks, Russ has been on a little bit of a backslide. Okay, we get it. But still, he's on track to break Peyton Manning's yards record in the season and touchdown record in the season. And if he does those 2 things in one season and gets in the playoffs, I mean, can you really debate another MVP season? At number 1, we got Sir Patrick, the front runner. If you got some dollars up at this moment, while it's still good, you might want to do it right now. 27 touchdowns, 2 picks, 3,000 passing yards. And, not the best NFL record, but the second best at 9-1. The intriguing thing about Patrick Mahomes is that what he does is just, it seems just rather routine. And it's like being incredible is routine for him. And it just feels like there's another notch for him. But, it's just for him, it's like one of those Jordan seasons. It's like, all right, well, we just got to give it to the guy because he's, the best player out there. Let me tell you this. I like Mahomes. I think Russ takes at the end, but if there's an odds winner right now, you got to go with Mahomes. Talking about odds, we are going to the Won't Be Too Long Bettor's Corner. And I think I got the parlay for you. Parlez-vous français? Parlez-vous money? All right, let's talk about it. First one here. I got Oregon versus Oregon State. All right. We got the Battle of Oregon, the Battle of the Pac State. You know what I mean? We got Oregon winning the last 9 out of 10 games for this one. So I'm going with Oregon. But I'm going to tell you here, I'm going to take the money line. Why? It's the big time rivalry game here, okay? In the last 9 games that Oregon's won of the 10, they've been 1-point ball games. Oregon State going to bring it. They're going to compete, all right? They trying to have, the most OG property out there. You know what I mean? But, again, we're going to go with Oregon on this one, all right? Next one here, we have Iowa Hawkeyes, Nebraska Cornhuskers. Let me tell you this. Them Iowa Hawkeyes, they have been playing lights out defensively. Okay? D-line is ferocious. All right? Yeah, they 3-2. But let me tell you this. They haven't given up a point total of no higher, okay, than 21 points a game. That's the highest point total they've given up this season. Nebraska, on the other hand, okay, their highest point total is 30. And their next is 23. They haven't won 3 games. They not there yet. And guess what? Iowa's looking to win their 6th straight against the Cornhuskers. We're going to take Iowa with this one. Money line. And the last one to finish out the parlay, we got Notre Dame over the North Carolina Tar Heels. -4.5. Guess what? We're going to take the Fighting Irish. The Fighting Irish got a lot to lose if they lose this one. If they lose this one, they officially out of the playoffs. All right? They need to get back to the playoff again. They want to be there to compete. This is huge for recruiting. All right? Big for recruiting ranks. I get it. I've heard that, Notre Dame has 2 linemen out. I'll tell you this. Ian Book, he'll handle that. It's a senior quarterback. He's ready for this moment. He'll handle that. I get you got 2 of the best Russian offenses facing each other. But paired with one of those Russian offenses comes along with one of the best Russian defenses in the nation. And guess who has that? The Fighting Irish. Take the Fighting Irish -4.5. That whole parlay, Oregon, Iowa, Notre Dame -4.5, net you a +162. 100 on that makes you 262, 162 earnings. A stack attack, stack pack, that's 1,000. Gets you 2,620 on that. Gives him to think about. Or you can just cut it in half and do it that way. But that's it. I won't be too long.